Hi guys, it's Charlotte here from charlotteohara.ca, and today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's not a traditional tech tutorial like I'm known for here. Instead, this video we're going to be talking about turning down freelance clients or projects in a way that doesn't hurt your business. So this is a situation that as my business grew, it started coming up. Like I just couldn't or didn't want to or wasn't able to take on all of the work opportunities that were presented to me. Like I'm a solopreneur, web designer, developer. It's just me. I'm kind of like a one-woman show. I don't have a whole agency or studio that I work with and farm out projects to. So, sometimes work comes my way and I just wasn't able or didn't want to, or like I said, couldn't take it on. So I have had to say no. And the whole thing about saying no is that you remember that this is a person who wanted to work with you. They were inquiring and reaching out to work with you directly. They wanted to spend their money on you. And so you want to be respectful of that and say, no, unfortunately, I can't work with you. And do it in a way that is kind, considerate, and also still constructive, and make sure that you're not closing the door on future collaborations or work projects in the future. So this is what we're going to be talking about today. And with this video, I did actually write a blog post that goes along with it. So I suggest that you check out the linked blog post. It's just down below. Because in that blog post, I have some email templates that you can use and leverage if you ever find yourself in a situation where you're going to have to say no to freelance inquiries that are coming in your way. So pull up that blog post and you can follow along with it as we go through everything. Okay, so let's talk about this now. Like when it comes to saying no to a project, like first of all, why would you even be doing that, right? Because if you're in business, many people think the biggest goal is just make as much money as you can, like some people are very driven by money, and I love money, of course, like that's not the thing. And so it can be weird to say no to money and like turn down projects. But in my opinion, like I have a huge something that I value a huge amount is my work-life balance. Like I don't want to be working 100 hours a week. I love spending time with my friends and my family and doing activities that really light me up and, leave me feeling energized and happy and healthy. So I don't want to be working on every single project that comes my way. Like it's really important for me to have a life outside of work. And so with that, I've had to create some boundaries. And so this is one of the big reasons why sometimes I have to say no to projects. Like it's, there are various reasons why it's not going to work out. And that is a really good segue into the very first point, which is that you just simply don't have enough time to take on every bit of work that comes your way. So if you're just in the starting early stages of your business, like you probably don't have a whole wait list of people who want to work with you. And so this might seem like kind of a dream goal, but trust me, as you build up your business and start creating really quality services, whether it's like web design and development or any other type of business that you're offering, like ultimately you will start growing and you can't take on everything because there's just not enough hours in the day, right? And so if this is something that you think about or it's something that you prioritize, like I do, like I hugely value my work-life balance, then you're going to have to turn down some work, right? Because you might say, oh, perhaps you are taking on X number of clients every month. And if you've already booked that out, you can say, okay, well, you can work with me in the future or next month or something like that. But if they're not willing to do it, then ultimately you'll have to say no to that project. That brings us to the second point too, which is budget. So money, if you think about money and what it is, it's basically like an energy exchange, right? Like it's saying that this person wants to work with you for the services and the value that you deliver. And in exchange, you are going to provide them with like high quality work that benefits everyone. So money, it's got to feel good. It has to be a good exchange going both ways. And if that's happening, then the project will go well. It'll feel nice for everyone involved. You'll get great results. But on the flip side, if you feel like money isn't off, if it's feeling off, or if it feels like pesty or you feel resentful on it or something, that's going to come through in the work that you do and also the experience that the client has working with you. So being aligned on budget and costs and payment is very important. So personally for me, I make sure that I'm really clear from the outset about what my costs are. So anyone can go on my website, they can see how much I charge for a custom website project. They know exactly what my consulting fees are, all of those sort of things. But maybe you don't do that. Maybe you make people inquire about what your projects are, and if people come inquiring and it's not a good fit based on budget, then this is probably a good situation that you should listen to your gut and say, unfortunately, this isn't the right fit. Somebody else might be a better option. All right, let's go down to the point number 3, which is that it's out of scope. Okay, so this is a really interesting one too, because personally as a web designer and developer, I'm a big fan of niching down, like identifying an industry or a group of people or type of brand, whatever it is, that is exactly the kind of people that you want to work with and sticking to it. Because not only does that like help you to build more of a presence within that industry, it helps strengthen your portfolio, makes it easier to secure your business, all of that. There's tons of reasons why I think it's important to niche down and really like pick a type of client and work with it. But sometimes people will come and want to work with you who don't fit that scope. And you might be like, okay, should I take it because it's new business or something? But then ultimately, I think that sometimes you don't have to, because remember, like, if it's not going to help you, if it's not going to strengthen your portfolio in the long run, get you even more of the ideal or dream clients that you want to be working with, then I'm not sure if it's necessarily something that you should be saying yes to. And if this project that comes your way, if it's out of scope and really like, yeah, it could bring you short-term work and money and stuff, but if it doesn't add to your experience, your portfolio, you know, getting you one step closer to securing even more of your dream clients, then I think it would be a no. So in that case, you would say graciously, thank you for your business, but it's not going to work at this time. Next one is maybe you just don't, straight up, you just don't vibe with the person who's reaching out to you. So maybe you popped on a discovery call or you kind of read a little bit more about their business or who they are or something. And maybe you just don't like their vibe, or you think, oh no, this person, I know they're going to be trouble, or oh, I don't know, I don't really like, I can't get behind their business. It's maybe a little like it goes against your own values or something. Then, you know, you don't have to make it dramatic. You can just be like, oh, sorry, I don't think that we're the right fit for each other, and kind of move on from there. Another point that I want to talk about is maybe right now your purpose in your business is diversification. And so if you're really in a period of trying to diversify, whether that's maybe building up a different stream of services for your business, or you're trying to create digital products, you want to create more content for your website, maybe launch like a podcast or YouTube channel, things like that, then maybe that's what your focus is, and your focus should not instead be on accepting a brand new client that's coming your way. So, you know, different periods in your business, you're going to be focused on different things. And, you know, business, sometimes you only offer one service and that's it. You can just kind of have tunnel vision, but oftentimes that's not how it works. Like, things are going on at different times. You have many different moving parts. And so you just can't take on everything all the time. So this might be a case where you have to say thank you, but no. All right, and then the last point that I want to talk about, where a reason why you might be turning down a freelance project, is just that like you already have personal time or holidays planned out, right? So let's say you can't miss your family reunion every summer and you take a week off for that, or you know that you love taking 2 weeks off at the holidays over the winter break, whether it's like Christmas or Hanukkah, New Year's, whatever that period is, kind of Kwanzaa, I don't know, anything around that period of time. You know, so if you've already booked out this time off in your schedule for personal time or holidays, or maybe you have to take time off for a surgery or illness or anything like that, then it's not going to work, right? You can't take everything. So those are different reasons why you might be turning down freelance clients. And now let's move on to like what you can do instead. Like, how can you turn people down in a way that's nice and appreciative, but also doesn't leave them hanging high and dry? So again, if you have the blog post available, you can follow through and take a look at some of the email template texts that I've included that you can send out. So the first thing that you might want to do is say, no, I can't work with you, but here are some free resources that you can check out instead. So, you know, this is a great one if maybe you'd like, in particular, if the budget is the problem point or something. Maybe you can say, oh no, sorry, but I do have this free checklist on my website that will get you started, or here's a blog post or a YouTube tutorial or anything like that. You know, you're saying, unfortunately I can't, but here's something instead. So you're not leaving them high and dry, you're still providing them with something, but you know, and hopefully they'll realize it and appreciate that you haven't just said no, instead you've given them something and you're pointing them towards an option or a solution, even if it's not you working on the project yourself. The second point that I want to say is that you might say, no, I can't work on you, but here's someone else. So especially if you work in a services-based business, it might be helpful to have a roster of other people that you can refer work to. So whether you're like a web designer or a developer, and you say, okay, well, here are a couple other people that do really good work in my niche, and you pass that work on to them or something. So if this is the case, you can say, no, I'm not the good fit for you, or I can't take it on right now, but here is somebody. Maybe again, like I said, it's just a matter of like not having the right time. You don't have enough time to take on the project, but maybe it's a thing like, oh no, actually this designer or developer would be better based on the type of business you have or the experience or resources you're looking for. So being able to refer them to somebody else is really helpful. And the potential client that had reached out to you, they'll acknowledge it and appreciate it because at least you're offering them some sort of solution to their problem. Okay, and then that brings us to the third point, which is, no, I can't work with you on this project, but here's a digital product that solves your problem. So this can be really helpful if you have created digital products, or whether you sell them yourself or of other digital products that are available. So for example, like oftentimes, people come to me and they want help with Squarespace SEO, and I do consulting on Squarespace SEO, and I also take on Squarespace SEO projects and stuff, but every now and then I can't take on everything, and so I have referred them to my online course, which is Top Squarespace SEO. And this is great because I'm saying, look, like you have the ability to purchase this digital product. It's yours. You can access it, go through everything that you need, and kind of have like a bit of a DIY evergreen solution for it. And so passing people on or like directing them towards a digital product that they can use is another really good option. And if you already own it and it saves you time from doing repetitive work, or like, maybe the client can even, I don't know, just do it themselves on a timeline that works better or something. There's huge value in you presenting a digital product as a solution for them if you're not able to take on the project. So I hope you found that helpful. This also gives you some insight into what you can expect as you start growing your business into a stage where you can't take on all of the work that comes your way. And I think the most important thing to remember, again, is that you want to turn down freelance work in a way that is kind, considerate, and constructive. Remember, these people want to work with you. They specifically sought you out and are interested in the services that you provide. And they wanted to take their hard-earned money and use it on you, right? So I think it's important to acknowledge that, be really grateful for that, and say no in a way that gives them some options, points them in the right direction, and still supports them even if it's not worked directly through them. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a little different, but it's something that comes up pretty often, and I hope it's of value to you. So if you did like the video, you can like it, you can leave me a comment down below. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have lots more videos all about Squarespace, web design, development, tech tips, SEO, tons of stuff there on my YouTube channel. Also, you can check out the other blog posts that I've written, and those are over on my website, which is charlotteohara.ca. So click on over there and go through, binge all the content, and enjoy it. So thanks again for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful, and I will see you again soon. Bye now.